Canva has brought in shapes galore that's going to allow us to create amazing looking logos. You know, with Canva, it's advisable to create a 3000 by 3000. So you're going to select your custom size and pick the 3000 by 3000 pixels and then open up your canvas. Creating these creative logos using your Canva has just gotten cooler, because in the past we only had a limit of the shapes that we could use. And if you do your research with logos on Canva, the shapes and your text, these are advisable, or these you are allowed to copyright and do as you please. Then Canva introduced new shapes in our midst, and I'm excited to do logos. I'm like, yes, let's go. So we now have flowcharts, stars, polygons, arrows. You can go through all of these and have fun with them. One of the favorite ones that we create a lot is a teardrop, and we're going to do a logo with that sometime soon. But we have all sorts of shapes that we can use for our design. I love abstract shapes, and we're going to be using them today to create this simple, quick, easy logo, and it's fun. This one is called a puzzle connector. Click once and add it to your shapes, and then make it nice and big, and then you can change the color of it to a beautiful color that you would love to use, maybe this nice blue or the pink, so it depends on what you would like. Duplicate this shape so that you have two, and then the second one, change the color to white, and then reduce it slightly, position it on top of your puzzle shape so that you have a shape that looks like that. So if I wanted to change the background to black, it really then stands out. So you'd pick the same black so that it gives you a design that looks like that. Very creative, very simple, stunning to look at. And then you have like an LJ creation. Then you can add text to make the logo the name that you would like for the business, as well as their tagline. So pick any one that you like and then call it the name that you would like. And then the color of your text, to align with your logo, you can go to color and then go pick either the purple or the pink. And then you press T for text to add the last section of your logo design, which would be a tagline. And then you can pick the purple color to complement your logo design, and then you can then change the name to their tagline, for example. And then bam, you have a very creative, gorgeous looking logo that you could turn into a 3D logo. Let's do the second one to just spark your creativity and get your blood going in your head. We're going to go back to our elements, and we're going to look for a line. And with our line, we don't want shapes in this instance. We actually want graphic lines that we can use. So we want a line that's sharp at the beginning and at the end, something like that. So let's change the color of this one and make it gold. And then make it nice and big and rotate it. And then duplicate the line. Press R for rectangle, go to your shapes to get the square shape. We are going to change the color of the square shape to be exactly the same color as our golden sticks over there. Then we're going to make it a little bit small so that it starts creating a longish X, because we want to create an X with this design. So then we move it over to our design. We want it to be straight with that small end of the X and this end of the X. And then we are going to duplicate the shape, change it to black, and then position it nicely inside the first colorful X, and you're going to zoom in so that you get the exact beautiful design over there. Just zoom in nicely and do a design that looks like that. Then the insides of our X, we duplicate it again, rotate it so that we can move it to the other side, and we have gaps. So we're going to zoom in and just drag it so that it's perfectly aligned with our design, and it looks nice and smooth. It looks like that. And we finish off the design by adding another rectangle just to clean the design up. So we're going to move this rectangle over to the top of our X, and we want the X to be aligned with that point. Then we'll change the color to black, and then we duplicate this, do the same on this side, and then now you can press L for line, and then change the color to the nice gold, make it nice and thick, and then go make sure that it is the same size as that point over there. So zooming in helps you control these shapes on Canva. So now that it's attached, I don't want that. I'm going to just reduce it to make it the same size, like that, and then make it small, and then move it over so that it closes the design like that. Duplicate this shape or the line and head over to the bottom section of our design, and also zoom in there. And zoom in to control it like that, and you have a very creative X design that I really like. And you're going to press T then to finish off by adding the name of what the company that you're designing for, and so on. So we can pick a nice font, and there you go. Nice and easy, beautiful, creative logo designs. You can turn these into a 3D using your photo piece. Learn how to create them and add them on 3D by watching this next video. Thank you for joining me.